sign behind?
Just now. Move to your left a little bit. Hey, just now. Go so a little bit.
My name is Rodney Rupnarine.
Rodney Rupnarine. Okay, Mr.
That's right.
Rupnarine, tell us exactly where are we right now?
We are in Latches Road, Pinal.
Larches Road, Pinal. So behind you, there are, a couple of signs speaking about a club, a recreation ground. Give us a bit of history about,
Well, I'm 37 years old. I've been part of this cricket club, East Indian Sports and Cultural Club, for approximately 25 years. Um, as you can see the date on the sign, it's dated 1959, which will give you an idea of the existence of the club. And this is our home venue that we utilize on a yearly basis.
so tell us the name of the club.
The name of the club is East Indians Sports and Cultural Club.
Give us a little history behind the nature of the club.
Well, the club initially started with what are the older heads to me now, some 60 odd years ago, and they formed this cricket club to participate in local tournaments, and it just carried on from year to year. Up until this day, the club still exists and is pretty strong.
Okay, so this club has been in existence since, according to the sign, 1959.
Yeah, that's correct.
Right. So the name East Indian Club, what does it
Well,
imply?
the nature, the name really came from the era in which it started, which was more the olden days, which would be aware a little bit of the history of Trinidad. And the name just stuck, and it's more a traditional name rather than anything that it might be assumed by the name of it.
Right, so
So it's a traditional name.
any problems with anything that might be assumed by the name?
Um, Over the years, we might have had some, but with our history, we have grown as a club in terms of our awareness in the area, so people know us. They know that's not what we're about. If there's any type of misunderstanding by the name, so I don't see any issues with it.
Has the club done anything to prove that that, is, that they're not about that?
Um, well, as far as I'm concerned, we have done a lot for the village in terms of our culture activities. We involve ourselves in whatever we can in terms of fundraisers and charity as much as we could. So I think in those ways we show that we are not about what could be assumed by the name.
But it's raising funds for a community that is, uh, let's say, maybe 90 or 99% of East Indians, right?
Well, yeah, basically, yeah,
Right. So
that's maybe true.
I don't think that proves much, in terms of what might be assumed by the name.
Well, I guess not. Seeing that the nature of the village is East Indian based, but in
What has
terms
the
of
club done to prove that, what may be assumed of the name, that it's not about that?
well, other than being involved in the local tournaments and showing our willingness to support and to participate, and our compatriotism with other clubs and other teams.
Let's talk about membership here. Membership. Yes. Other races, people of other races.
Well, it all depends on who comes to you to play the game, right? It's village based, a lot of it, and yes, we are welcome to everybody. But there's a lot of cricket around, so
Right, but you haven't answered me yet in terms of membership. Are there any members of other races in the club?
no. Currently,
No. So over the years, obviously 59, let's say 40, 50, 55 years, 56 years.
there has been. There has been in my youth days playing on a 19 for the cricket club. I think there were.
There has been.
Yes.
But right now, there are none, according to what you just said.
No, right now, no.
No. All right now. And doesn't that give some sort of indication of what the name may imply?
As I say, I would not say so because I have a lot of friends and it's just the willingness to come to play to the club, it's the marketability of the club, and we might be struggling in terms of our membership, but I don't see it as a sign or a signal of what the name represents.
But to the person who might be passing, don't you think it might appear to be an exclusive club?
Well, if you speak to anybody in the environs and you speak about our club, they will tell you otherwise. And I hope they would, because over the years our interaction with other clubs is very good. We don't have many problems, and I don't think they will say anything of that sort.
Alright, your interaction with other clubs, but I'm talking about how to put it?
Well, as I say, the cricket is village based, so you would find if your village comprises of East Indians, you will automatically, that's what your team will comprise. So.
NGC's involvement with the club. You've seen NGC here. Tell us about it.
Well, just over maybe about 6 months ago, they started small upgrades in terms of putting in a couple of lights. They did a cricketing practicing nets, and they also put down, this was originally a sand wicket, so they put down a turf.
Who day are you referring to?
NGC. Yeah.
No. I just asked him what.
Mr. Hollis hearing your
Hold on.
question.
Right. Okay, so are they your sponsors? Are they sponsors?
No, they're not a sponsor. As you can see, this is the upgrade of Eastern Sports and Cultural Club, and that's as much as my knowledge with their involvement here.
Okay, so you're saying they're not a sponsor?
I would not consider that. I guess it's community development.
What's the membership like of your club right now in terms of numbers?
It's about 30.
30.
Yeah.
And are you all actively involved in any tournament or anything right now?
Right now, because of the upgrade on the facility, we haven't currently fielded a team this year because of the works being done on our ground. So we are not actively involved right now.
When last of the team of the club have been actively?
Last year, as of last year, we were participating in tournaments.
Okay. Within teams, is it a team, a recognized team, or without tournaments? You won any tournaments over there?
Well, we are there. We haven't won any tournaments in a long while, but we are there. Our presence is felt.
But with the name, let's get back to the name. Have you all had run into any problems in respect to the name?
No, well, obviously we would have questions being asked, but as I say, the name has become traditional because it's been around 60 years. It has no reflection on our social standing whatsoever. And I will reiterate that, it has none whatsoever. And it's become a traditional name. It's more of a respect to our forefathers who founded the club, and this is what they had chosen, and we have stuck with that.
Anything else you want to right now, sir?
Oh, it's just a pleasure speaking to you, and if I assisted in any way helpful, it was my pleasure.
How to put it, sudden interest came upon your club recently? Sudden interest, like people want to know more about your club, or the name causing any sudden.
No, I can't say there's been any sudden interest.
Or maybe since how long have the sign went up with the NGC?
Well, the project started approximately maybe around 6 months ago, so that would have been around the time the sign went up.
The sign went up about 6 months ago. What's the NGC's plan to do more work on the ground?
Well, as I say, it would be unfair to me to comment because I haven't spoken to any of the representatives. The president of the club probably would have had more of an insight in it. But
you can only say what has been done so far.
But currently, if your cameras go to the back, you'll see what. Yeah, I can only speak on what I've actually seen for myself done
what have been done
this
so
far.
Right? Which
Yeah.
is the nets, and it's
The nets,
the ground to
the turf,
turf.
a turf pitch, and they put up some small lighting facilities.
what's the population in this community in terms of numbers?
Ooh, that's a very good question. I would not be able to answer you there even in a ballpark. But
Over 1,000,
yeah, I would say depending on the span you're looking at.
over 2,000.
You look at a 3 mile radius, 1 mile radius.
Well, in Latches Road, there's where
Latches Road from beginning to end probably has about 2,000.
2,000 residents and more.
Yeah.
And the club
Yeah,
only
about.
has like 50 members, isn't it?
Well, we have like 30.
30.
Yeah.
The club only has
And
30.
that's cricketing members, not participating members in terms of people who volunteer their help towards the club and these type of things. They're not registered members.
It's a cricket club, right?
Cricket based.
Cricket-based club.
But we do cultural activities in the village, like the Diwali celebration, sports day, and we do some charity work as well.
And right now, no, it's 100% East Indian on the club, members on the club right now.
I don't like answering that question really because it
No, but
makes
you
us
just said
seem,
that's
but
it.
that as a fact, yes,
It is a fact.
it is a fact.
Right. Yeah, but I mean, okay, even you having problems responding to it, right? It's sounding kind
Well,
of funny.
well, I having problems because it's not what I believe in.
Right.
As a person, I am free and willing to accept anybody to this club. Anybody that could develop and have a proper input in terms of the development of the club and the future of the club. I'm always open to that. I've always been open to that.
But why is it so now that no, only one race is, there's only one race as members?
I can't be the answer to that because, as I said, in the past they were participating members. But actually, I would think right now in these type of village teams and whatever, there's a lot of problems actually garnering membership on the whole at these lower levels and whatever it is. So, and if you talk to many villages, you will hear the same issues actually getting participating members.
What are the requirements to become a member of the club?
Interest?
Just have interest in the club.
Just interest, and express that interest to the executives, and we could see where we go from there.
So it's not about race. You don't have to be a East Indian.
Nope, that has never been.
Okay.
It's all about being able to have an input and
But
some
why
sort
call
of.
the club? Why give it that name though?
I would not be able to answer that. I'll have to ask my great grandfather or as I say, the forefathers of the village, who are more or less mostly deceased, if I do recall. I don't think there's any founding member alive right now.
Okay.
I could stand to be corrected by that. And those are the only ones who will be able to answer that. Because all I could say is at the time of the name, this is through my thinking, that was the thinking of that era.
Which, yeah, I think I follow what you're saying. It was their thinking then.
Ancestors and these type of
They had that kind of, if you want to call it segregation.
I wouldn't say so. As I say, it's a village based, and this village has been of that.
Yeah, but you say it might have been their thinking around that time. Why they call it that name? Why they give it that name?
You might misquote me by saying that because, as I say, it's a very ticklish topic
Right.
that I don't know much about because that's not me.
Right. But even now, do you feel comfortable carrying the name because you're just uncomfortable answering certain questions in respect to?
It's uncomfortable answering the questions because to me our society is too diverse to have to answer these questions still. So that is the discomfort.
But how about too diverse to have to carry the name still?
Well, as I say, the carrying the name is just a respect to our forefathers,
Right,
who were the
Are
origins.
you feeling uncomfortable carrying the name?
No, as I say, our reputation has spoken for itself over the years in terms of our exposure to many levels of cricket and many levels of we participated in the Trinidad and Tobago Cricket Council cricket, and all of these people we were exposed to, and they were exposed to our names, and we have become one, and our name is well renowned in South.
So you don't feel uncomfortable carrying the name? You feel proud carrying the name?
I have mixed feelings, but I have no issues with it because to me it's just a name.
Good,
It's just a name.
just now, we have moved far. You've come around all this, who come from where and all that. We now have had a department called Arts and Multiculturalism.
Yeah.
Do you think this kind of advertising augurs well for the future of that ministry?
Well, it mightn't fall in directly in line with what you speak about, but as I say, it is unfair for me to answer this because I am just about carrying on what has become a tradition. And you see, it's not today. This is not a name that came about last week or last year. This is 60 years and counting.
56.
Right? So it's bigger than me. It's bigger than me. So it would really be unfair for me to say that X, Y, or Z in terms of how it should be done.
So do you think there are members who enjoy the status quo?
I would think that, you might find a lot of people open-minded to the whole idea of the name and whatever it is, but they will have just as much issues answering it because we were just about carrying on tradition. That's it.
Okay, now, I just going back one point, what you said about being uncomfortable. I mean, it's a natural, it's a normal thing. I think any forward-thinking person, living in these times now, will feel uncomfortable having, being branded with a certain, stigma or, of that stigma, right?
Well, I leave that.
Listen,
I leave that.
What I want to find out from you now, right? You say,
Sure.
you're only carrying it because of your foreparents, tradition.
Yeah.
Do you think it's time to change? Like the new generation, to make a change to show
Inclusive.
to show.
Inclusion?
Well, not only, I wouldn't say inclusion because you said you didn't exclude, right?
Yeah.
But to take away that kind of implication from
Like a stigma.
It might be fair to say, and it will take some doing because, there are the senior heads still around in the village. And it will take some doing, actually. And that's as much as I can say about that. But I do believe there will be open-minded in terms of a change because I know the people of my age bracket and my generation, the thinking has changed. It has changed a whole lot, and it's open-minded. And we don't want that type of what you might say, labeling. We don't want that.
Brilliant. Now I was going to ask you to give a closing remark. You almost think you gave me that. I was still asking you now to say something in closing.
Well, in closing, if this is a reflection on the sports club of Latches Road, which is East Indian Sports and Cultural Club. We are about love, togetherness, family. All these things are very important to us, and I hope that this type of thinking could spread throughout Trinidad and Tobago. And it's what we're about.
That type of thinking, I'll declare that for us. This type of thinking, what are we speaking of that?
The thinking is the type of society we are living. We are seeing that there is a bit of a falling apart of family values and these type of issues that we see, social issues we see arising at the village level. And through, for instance, the sports club and these type of things, these type of institutions, they hopefully try to rid the society of these type of woes that we may be experiencing.
So you mean that your club's type of thinking is in
love and togetherness,
family,
and inclusion.
Inclusion. And this is the type of thinking you want to spread across the nation.
I would love for this to be throughout Trinidad and Tobago.
So excellent. I just want to say thank you very much. Right? Thank you very much, and all the best to you and your club, right, and your community as well.
Just in case,
thank you very much.
You have a phone number you want to share with us?
Oh yeah, contact for you.
Off the. Okay, when you switch off and.
So, if you're not the president, I think you're far from. I think you handled this very well, you know what I mean? You handled this. I thought you'd be more pressured, you know what I mean?
Actually, at the age of 17...
Well, let's come in the cool here.
At the age of 17, I became a executive member of the sports club.
Okay, can I have a contact for you?
647
647
6144.
6144.
What's your name again?
Rodney Rupnarine.
yeah,
somewhere
good.
now.
All right.
Rodney, thanks a lot.
Okay.
Thanks a
I
lot,
hope
Rodney. Good job.
help.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Rodney.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Rodney, thanks.
So that number you give, they will contact you, right? Because I'm doing this on behalf of one of my reporters. Maybe Keisha, somebody might contact you if they want to get further information before they do this. Thanks a lot, Rodney. Blessings. Have a good day.
But I will request if anything to do broadcasting or anything like that, and they would ask my permission in terms of my comfort with.
But this is what you said. There's only 1 week.
No, I know. It's just fair enough questions.
Yeah. Right. So it's nothing more than what it is. All right.
Well, you guys enjoy your day.
Yeah, you
All
too.
right.
Yes. Thanks again.
I don't want no kind of publicity or what. I don't want my name to fall. We always keep in the background. We support everything, but we never to the front of everything.
All right, I follow you.
Never.
Right.
We
Good day.
just-
Good day.
We just
Huh?
this concerning girl.
So at cricket.
Oh yeah, that we like. That's the cricket man. We like that. Then we can't stop that.
Right.
Was for
Working
the
24 hours day and night.
enjoyment of everybody.
But
And your husband was the founder of
Yes, of
the
East
club,
Indian Sporting.
East Indian Sports Club.
But the people was here before, but when he came on the scene, we decided to dedicate the ground.
The ground. He's the one who gave them the piece of land to have the ground.
We didn't give anybody the land. We just
Use it.
use the land as long as only one.
So it's your land.
Yeah, nobody could put them out. Okay.
Right.
Right. So nobody could put out anybody from there.
Okay.
So we had decided we'll never.
So you didn't have a say in terms of the name of the ground.
The name of the club.
Well, he was so.
No, but you said
Your husband.
The club was existing before your husband gave them the piece of
Yes,
land.
well, they used to play, but when they had the committee, they decided to call it East Indian.
Oh, that's after they got a piece of land. Is it or before?
Before.
Or before.
Yeah. But they didn't know that well.
So was your husband a member of the committee when they formed it?
Really, but he used to be with them.
Huh?
He used to be with them, but he
Right, he
never-
was a member as well when they formed it. Right.
So he used to play cricket and
Wow.
whatnot with them. Anyway.
So you see a lot of people coming and play here on the ground, so.
Yeah, but now they're upgrading the ground. So
NGC.
yeah, right now, I think after everything they might start back with it.
Alright.
All right, man.
So Mr. Shaw, you didn't want to say something on camera, Shaw?
Check 1 2 1 2. Check.